What is going on, everyone? In today's video, I'm going to be doing something that a lot of you guys have recommended for me to do, and that is a cast net throwing tutorial. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I like to throw my 8-foot cast net that I throw in most of my videos. All right, so I'm going to start off by showing you guys the 8-foot cast net that I throw in most of my videos. This is an 8-foot black pearl cast net with a 1/4-inch mesh on it. I've had this net for years. It weighs roughly 13 pounds, and honestly, it's a very good net for really people just starting out to throw. Like an 8-foot net is a very manageable net. Obviously, you don't need like a high quality one like this when you're first starting out. You can go to Walmart, you can get a cheaper one, but once you get comfortable with like the motion and the routine of everything, then move up to the kind of higher quality nets that will last you a little bit longer. But the first thing I'm gonna do is show you guys basically how to start. And everything I'm gonna be doing is for right-handed throwing, because I'm right-handed. So if you're left-handed, just kind of reverse the order. So whenever I say right, use your left, and we'll go from there. But first thing you need to do is pull up your excess rope that you have right here. So all I do is I have the end of it, as you can see, there's a kind of like a little lasso loop at the end. And all I do is kind of wrap it around the rope. So it makes this kind of, I don't know, like loop right here. You just kind of feed your right hand through it and pull that tight onto your wrist. And that's basically what's going to keep your net from flying away when you throw it. And right now you're going to start lining up the rope. So I just kind of feed it up onto my hand and feed it onto my thumb on my right hand. So I'll just kind of feed all this rope up until I get to the net. And right here is the start of your net. This plastic part right here is called the horn. So you want to grab the horn and bring it and pull your net tight so it's nice and straight down to your weights and right up against the swivel up here. And once you got that, I like to grab about a foot down from the horn with my right hand, still having all the rope hooked onto my thumb right there. So from here, what I do is I then pull the net to me, and you want to kind of hold it up like along your body like this. And I typically like to grab right about waist height on me. So you grab it with your left hand, pull it up, and grab it with your right hand right here. So I'll show you again. So you pull, you're still holding on to everything with your right hand right here. Grab it, pull it up, and just kind of grab it on top of everything that's in your right hand. So the next thing you want to do is make sure that your net's not tangled. So you grab some lead right here, at the very end, and you'll start just pulling your net, grabbing a little handful at a time, just making sure none of your lead is tangled or none of your lines are tangled at all. So once you get all the way through, make sure nothing was tangled like that, then you're ready to get ready to throw your net. So what I like to do is start grabbing some of the lead again on the net, and I want to grab about a third of the lead. So have about a third of the weight in your left hand for the rope or for the net, and about 2/3 in your right hand. So once you have your weights in your hand, what I like to do, this is where it might get a little confusing, is I then fold this over my wrist on my right hand. So I'll take my weights right here and I'll go ahead and fold it over my right hand. So now you kind of have your weights just kind of draped over your hand, and if you can see, you have this kind of slope right here of your weights up top and your weights at the bottom. I like to then grab the section of the lead that is at the very bottom of that slope. And obviously don't do this with the lead, but then grab the little section of rope that's in between the lead and put that in my mouth. Again, bottom of the slope, grab the section of rope right there and put that in your mouth. And then the next thing I do, I'm gonna take it out of my mouth so I can talk. The next thing I'm gonna do is grab the bottom section of this little slope and hook it with my pinky. I'll show you that right quick. So I have it in my mouth, and with my left hand at the bottom of this slope right here, hook some of the rope on your pinky right there. So you have it on your pinky and your left hand is open. And what you wanna do is then grab the section, the like third of the lead that's over your right hand, and put it in your left hand. So I'll show you. So you have this hooked on your pinky, and the section of net that you have over your wrist on your right hand, grab that with your left hand. So it's like that. So you have an underhand grip on your net right there, and about 1/3 of the weight and 2/3 of the weight right there in your right hand. Now that you've done all this, you're pretty much ready to throw the net. And this is where the technique of the actual throwing comes into play. Your right hand is throwing, that's why you have about 2/3 of the weight right there. You want to throw the majority of the weight kind of out and try and open up the net using your left hand. So what I mean by that is you want to throw the weights out with your right hand like that. And then with your left hand, you're grabbing this little section right here and you're trying to get that rotation movement into it. So you're doing like a pull down kind of motion. So the weight starts spinning into that circular motion to open up the net. And it's one of these things, I think it would be easier if I just show you guys right quick. So I'm gonna put this in my mouth. So I have my right hand and my left hand. I'm gonna throw it out here. So when I'm going to throw, I wanna stand perpendicular to where I wanna throw. So if I'm throwing right in front of me, I'm looking this way. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it up, bring it behind me, and then throw it out forward like that. So let me untangle that, put this in my mouth, and I'll show you how that looks. There we go. So look that way when you want to throw forward, bring it behind you, and opens up just like that. If I could throw like that every single time on the water, that would be nice, but that was a perfect way to show you guys how to throw it. As you saw, I brought it behind me and then threw the weights out there with my right hand. And then with my left hand, I pulled that section of weights down to try and get that kind of open up circular movement with my net. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys one more time quickly with the 8-foot net. So hook it on my right hand with the loop at the end, hook it on my right wrist, pull the line up into my right hand, pull the net to you, grab to the swivel right there, grab the horn, pull that up to the top, and then grab about a foot down from the horn. Pull it up, down to my waist right there with my left hand, bring this up to my right hand. Make sure there's no tangles in the net. Nope, we're good. Okay, grab about 1/3 of the weights right there, flip it over my right wrist. At the bottom of the slope, grab that little section, put that in your mouth. Bottom of this slope right here, hook it on your pinky, and grab the section of net that's over your wrist about a foot down from your other hand. And going that way, I'm gonna look this way, bring it behind me, and throw it that way. So just like this. Just like that.